Okay, be honest with me. How many times have you said I'll start my glow up on Monday? Or when I have more time? Or my personal favorite after I figure everything out first? Girl, I have news for you. There is no perfect Monday. There will never be enough time. And you will never have it all figured out before you start. The women you admire, they didn't wait for permission. They didn't wait for the perfect moment. They started messy. They started scared. And they started now. Today, I'm breaking down the 5 psychology-backed reasons why you keep waiting instead of starting, and more importantly, the exact blueprint to break the waiting cycle and begin your transformation today. Plus, I'll share the 1-minute rule that completely eliminates the need for motivation, and this literally changed my entire approach to life. Can we talk honestly for a second? I used to be the queen of waiting. I had Pinterest boards full of dream life inspiration. I had screenshots of morning routines I was going to try. I had a whole folder of workout plans I was going to start Monday. I spent more time planning my transformation than actually transforming. I was addicted to the fantasy of change without the reality of doing the work. And you know what I realized? Waiting felt safer than trying and potentially failing. But the day I stopped waiting for the perfect moment and started with the moment I had, everything shifted. Not because the moment was perfect, but because I finally gave myself permission to be imperfect while improving. And today, I'm giving you that same permission. The first reason you keep waiting is perfectionism. You think you need to have the perfect plan, the perfect setup, the perfect circumstances before you can start your glow up. But here's what psychology tells us: perfectionism isn't about high standards. It's about fear. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of not being enough. So your brain keeps you in planning mode because planning feels productive without the risk of actual failure. Here's your antidote: the good enough rule. Instead of asking, is this perfect? Ask, is this better than yesterday? Your morning routine doesn't need to be Instagram worthy. It just needs to exist. Your workout doesn't need to be intense. It just needs to happen. That girl you admire, her first morning routine was probably 10 minutes of chaos, but she started anyway. Which area of your life have you been waiting to perfect before starting? Comment below, let's call out perfectionism together. Trap number 2, you're addicted to consuming instead of creating. You watch transformation videos, read self-help books, save morning routine posts, but you never actually implement anything. This is called pseudo-productivity. Your brain tricks you into thinking that consuming information equals taking action. But knowledge without application is just entertainment. You don't need more information, you need more implementation. Here's the fix: the one thing rule. For every piece of content you consume, implement one thing immediately. Watch a morning routine video, pick one habit and do it tomorrow. Read about confidence, practice one tip today. Because here's the truth: you already know enough to start. You know drinking water is good for you. You know moving your body helps. You know morning routines work. Stop researching and start doing. What's one thing you've been learning about but never implementing? Time to change that. Trap 3 is the biggest glow-up killer: all or nothing thinking. You think transformation means overhauling your entire life at once. Wake up at a.m., work out for 2 hours, meal prep everything, meditate, journal, skincare routine, perfect outfit. Your brain sees this massive list and says nope, so you don't start at all. Or you start strong for 3 days, miss one thing, feel like you failed, and quit everything. Neuroscience shows us that your brain can only handle forming one new habit at a time effectively. That girl didn't become that girl overnight. She built one small habit, made it automatic, then added another. Here's your strategy: the one habit method. Pick one tiny habit and do it for 7 days straight. Just one. Maybe it's making your bed. Maybe it's drinking water when you wake up. Maybe it's 5 minutes of movement. Master one, then add another. Because success breeds success. When you prove to yourself that you can keep one small promise, you start believing you can keep bigger ones. What's one tiny habit you're going to master this week? Trap 4 is comparison. You look at other women's highlight reels and think you're too far behind to start. You see her perfect morning routine and think, what's the point? I'll never be like her. But here's what you don't see: her struggles, her bad days, her imperfect moments. You're comparing your behind the scenes to her highlight reel. And that's not just unfair, it's impossible. Comparison is the thief of joy, but it's also the thief of action. When you're focused on how far behind you think you are, you're not moving forward. When you're watching her journey, you're neglecting your own. Here's your remedy: The blinder method. For the next 30 days, unfollow accounts that make you feel less than. Stop consuming transformation content and start creating your own transformation. Your only competition is who you were yesterday. Because your journey doesn't need to look like hers to be valid. Your glow up doesn't need to be as fast as hers to be real. Your progress doesn't need her approval to be worthy. You're not behind, you're exactly where you need to be to start. And the final trap: waiting for motivation. You think you need to feel motivated to start. You're waiting for that spark, that energy, that excitement that will carry you through your transformation. But motivation is like the weather, it comes and goes. That girl doesn't rely on feeling motivated. She relies on systems that work whether she feels like it or not. She understands that action creates motivation, not the other way around. Here's the science. When you take action, your brain releases dopamine. Dopamine makes you feel good. Feeling good motivates you to take more action. It's a positive cycle, but you have to start the cycle with action, not wait for motivation to start it. This is where the 1-minute rule comes in, the game changer I promised you. When you don't feel like doing something, commit to doing it for just 1 minute. Don't want to work out? Move for 1 minute. Don't want to clean? Tidy for 1 minute. Don't want to journal? Write for 1 minute. Here's what happens: 1 minute is so easy that you can't say no, but once you start, momentum takes over. 1 minute of movement becomes 10 minutes. 1 minute of cleaning becomes 15 minutes. The hardest part is starting, and 1 minute removes the barrier to starting. Plus, you're building the most important muscle, the muscle of keeping promises to yourself. Every time you do what you said you'd do, even for 1 minute, you're proving to yourself that you're reliable. And that changes everything. But here's the real secret they don't tell you about starting your glow up. You don't start when you feel ready. You don't start when circumstances are perfect. You don't start when you have it all figured out. You start when you're tired of staying the same. You start when the pain of staying where you are becomes greater than the fear of changing. You start when you realize that waiting for the perfect moment means waiting forever. That girl you want to become? She's not waiting on the other side of some perfect plan. She's waiting on the other side of your first imperfect step. She's waiting for you to choose progress over perfection, action over analysis, today over tomorrow. The woman you're becoming doesn't need your life to be perfect. She needs your commitment to be consistent. She doesn't need your plan to be flawless. She needs your willingness to start messy and improve along the way. So here's what we're doing right now. Not tomorrow, not Monday, right now. I want you to pick one tiny action you can take in the next 10 minutes to start your glow up. Maybe it's making your bed. Maybe it's drinking a glass of water. Maybe it's writing down one goal. Do it. Then come back and comment, "I started," so I know you're serious about this transformation. Because the women who comment are the ones who actually change their lives. Tomorrow, I am sharing my exact morning routine, the one that sets that girl energy for my entire day. It's not perfect. It's not Insta-worthy, but it works. And I'll show you how to customize it for your life, your schedule, your goals. Hit subscribe and that notification bell, because this 90-day journey is just getting started. And I don't want you to miss a single day. Now stop watching and start doing. Your glow up is waiting.